Jiraiya noticed a familiar mop of yellow hair heading toward the main gate. As the mop of hair got closer, Jiraiya stopped leaning on the gate to acknowledge the person who accompanied said mop of yellow hair. "Looking good, kid. Though you're missing your baby toad," said Jiraiya as Naruto walked up to him in his Umbu uniform, complete with his orange scarf. "But it seems you got a new addition. Congrats." "Yeah. Seems like I'm all but official. Gamma, member of Squad 3 under Nico Taicho, Captain Cat," said Naruto as he took off his white porcelain mask, painted orange into the shape of a frog. "They figured it fit my bingo book description. I'm not official until I get sworn in by the Hokage, but I'm pretty much one. I have to wear my mask and uniform to get used to wearing it when on actual missions, Nico's orders." Jiraiya nodded as he patted Naruto on the back. "Well, let's get to it. We have a short walk before we separate," said Jiraiya as he and Naruto began to walk away from Konoha. "Hey, you guys have to sign out," shouted one of the gate guards as he was quickly shushed by the other guard. "That's Jiraiya-sama. Are you trying to get us in trouble, Kotetsu?" said the guard in a panic. Kotetsu immediately regretted his words. Sorry, Izumo. Wait, is that an Umbu with him?" Izumo looked at the retreating two figures. "Yeah, looks like it. He's got some golden hair. Wonder who it is?" said Izumo as he went back into his booth to continue reading his magazine. Kotetsu deadpanned. "He's obviously Naruto Senju. He's the only one with that hair. Idiot," thought Kotetsu as Jiraiya and Naruto finally disappeared from view. Several hours later, Jiraiya and Naruto stopped at a hotel and booked a room for the night. Upon arriving, Jiraiya left Naruto with instructions to head off for his own mission. He told Naruto it'd take him a while to track this person and even longer to convince them to come back. Naruto was currently in their room preparing himself to head toward Kumo and track Yujito Ni for a paw print. Paw Encyclopedia. Sasuke was given a list of cats to take the paw print of by his older brother as a game. Then why would he want me to handle his list? Thought Naruto. To get you out of Konoha, said Kurama as Naruto listened in. Ever since that old man died, you've been quite the depressed kid. I'm guessing he figured you needed to get away for a while so you could handle his death without a constant reminder. Being in Konoha, you were always looking at the mountain with his face on it. So he figured you needed to get out for a while. Naruto nodded his head until he asked, Is the Two Tails dangerous? Kurama chuckled in Naruto's head. If you think the Ichibi was dangerous, then yes. This girl can access more than one tail and she's apparently in control. Each bijou is more powerful as the tails grow, said Kurama as Naruto nodded. Makes sense. More tails, more power. And about that paw print, you better be careful cause a paw print of a cat is like asking you if you want a naked picture of yourself recorded. Naruto gulped slightly. He'd have to ask a girl for basically a nude photo. Naruto blushed at the implication but understood Kurama all the same. Naruto was putting down his mission scroll as he stiffened slightly. Naruto sensed a huge presence approaching his door with a smaller but still larger than normal presence accompanying it. Naruto felt the two approach his door as he heard a knock. This isn't going to be good, thought Naruto as he created a would Clanito go and find Jiraiya. Naruto opened the door and got nervous at the sight of the two people there. Hello, Naruto-kun, said the smaller of the two. They were both donning black cloaks with red clouds on them and straw hats. Naruto could see the blue skin of the taller shinobi and only a pair of blood-red eyes from the smaller shinobi. Sharingan, thought Naruto as he said, You're Itachi Uchiha, S-rank missing nin from Konoha who killed his whole clan in one night. The taller of the two laughed slightly. Seems you really are that famous in that village of yours, Itachi-san. Even this brat knows you, said the taller ninja as he took off his hat. You're kidding me, right? Kisame Hashigaki, another S-rank missing nin, hailing from Kirigakure, a member of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist and wanted for numerous crimes across the land of water. Can I ask what you all are here for? It's probably something involving me since you came here specifically, said Naruto as Kisame looked giddy. Seems I'm more famous than I thought, said Kisame as he touched the sword on his back. Shall I cut his legs off to ensure he doesn't run away? Whispered Kisame to Itachi. Itachi took off his straw hat as he said, Please come with us, Naruto-kun. Naruto looked for a second until he flared his chakra. The ground around Naruto cracked slightly as he dispelled a genjutsu placed on him through eye contact. Why'd you put me under a genjutsu first? That must mean whatever I'm coming with you for has bad consequences if that was necessary, said Naruto. When Naruto flared his chakra, Naruto noticed the sword on Kisame's back seemed to wiggle. Samahata is getting excited over the kid's chakra. Let me capture this one while you hang back, said Kisame as he took the sword off his back. Itachi looked on emotionlessly as Kisame took that as a yes. Kisame lashed out with a fast overhead strike that Naruto backpedaled away from. Naruto went out of the window as he landed on the building's ledge. This isn't good, thought Naruto as he channeled his one-tailed cloak. Kisame stepped outside following Naruto's retreat. Upon setting his foot down, Kisame saw Naruto appear in front of him with a shunshin and a fist poised to strike. Kid's fast. His speed with the shunshin is impressive and he can even access his bijou, thought Kisame as he blocked Naruto's punch with his sword. Right before Naruto connected with the bandaged sword, he felt a strange sensation in his body. What was that? Thought Naruto as he hit the sword and had to backflip away from Kisame's counter sword strike. However, Naruto couldn't get away fully and received a cut across his arm. Naruto, he absorbed your chakra with that sword. And the way he swings it, it's more powerful and faster than what you saw the swordsman in Wave do. This is not a fight you want to be in. He's only toying with you, said Kurama. Naruto felt the wound on his arm sizzle and healed due to Kurama but knew his friend was right. If I try to channel chakra for a technique, his sword will just steal it. I can't beat him in a straight-out taijutsu fight when he has that big-ass sword. Maybe genjutsu, but I'm not too good at it. That'll make him worry in the slightest. And even if I was able to best him, Itachi would just interfere. This isn't looking good for the home team. I hope Jiraiya-sensei gets here soon, thought Naruto as he knew he was in deep trouble. Kisame lunged at Naruto again as Naruto took out a kunai to block the downward sword strike. As they were engaged in a clash of sword versus kunai, Kisame easily began to overpower Naruto. Kisame pushed down far enough for his sword to touch Naruto's shoulder. My great blade Samahata doesn't slice. It shaves, shouted Kisame as he retracted Samahata, tearing a deep gash into Naruto's shoulder. Blood seeped from Naruto's wound, but after a few seconds, it healed just like his last wound. I need to get enough distance to use a technique or maybe a distraction, thought Naruto. Brat, I'm sure you know this, there's a big difference between a ninja like you and a ninja like me. Especially now, I'm your worst matchup. Just give up and I'll only cut from the knee down. If not, I'll shave you to pieces until you can't heal anymore, said Kisame until he saw Naruto slam his hands in the snake seal. Kisame swung Samahata down to absorb his chakra, but Naruto was too fast. Mokutan, Mokujihiki, with style. With locking wall, said Naruto as a dome of wood pillars surrounded him. Kisame's sword smashed through Naruto's wall as he looked in to see Naruto gone. Seems I let my guard down. Kid's good. Took advantage of my talking to get away. Even used Mokutan. Impressive, said Kisame as he took off back through the room and back into the hallway. Kisame slammed his sword down into the ground as Naruto came flying out of it to dodge. Samahata can smell your chakra, kid, you won't be getting away. Finished Kisame as Itachi could be seen flanking Kisame now. Shit, thought Naruto as Kisame looked ready to strike again until Itachi spoke. Hello Sasuke, said Itachi as he turned his head to see another person at the end of the hallway. I do not need you at the moment. Naruto's more important. Sasuke was standing at the end of the hallway garbed in his umbu outfit just like the one during the exams. Sasuke took off his own white porcelain mask, colored purple into a hawk shape, as his Sharingan spun to life. Itachi, you've told me to live my life with hatred to get strong enough to defeat you. Well, I have, and right now, I want to kill you so bad, said Sasuke, clenching his fists in anger. Oh, Itachi-san, he looks just like you and has the same eyes. Who is he? I thought you killed all the Uchihas? Said Kisame, intrigued by the new arrival, though not forgetting about Naruto. My foolish little brother. I left him alive as he wasn't worth killing, said Itachi as he fully faced Sasuke. Upon looking at Sasuke fully, Itachi noticed that there was something off about Sasuke. Quite good fortune he showed up. Though it'll mean nothing as the elder Uchiha can stop Sasuke from assisting you, and you were not making any progress against the fish. You better hope the pervert arrives soon, said Kurama. Yeah, it seems that way, but it does buy some more time for Jiraiya-sensei to show up. My clone got to him. He was already coming here, replied Naruto to Kurama in his head. Sasuke was shaking slightly as he stared at Itachi. I want to kill you so badly, said Sasuke as he then looked toward Naruto. But a friend of mine told me a few things that make me hesitant. What would those things be? Asked Itachi stoically. Sasuke looked back at Itachi as he asked. He made me think over the massacre again, and I promised to ask this before killing you. Why did you kill our clan? I've told you before, to test my capacity, replied Itachi as Sasuke looked ready to kill. Sasuke, remember our talk, said Naruto as Sasuke visibly calmed down. Yeah, I remember it. Flashback 2 years ago. Sasuke and Naruto had just finished a spar together. They had been sparring together for a little over 2 years and had become quite good friends. Sasuke got his ass handed to him again by Naruto as he couldn't even hit him cleanly once. As Sasuke was laying on the ground with bruises, he spoke to Naruto about something he hadn't told anyone besides the Hokage. My brother killed my clan that night, said Sasuke as Naruto looked at him with an eyebrow raised. Your brother killed your clan? Asked Naruto as Sasuke nodded. Sasuke had a tear fall as he said, yes, he murdered my whole family in one night and left me alive. I saw the bodies and him standing over my mom and dad as he told me. He left me alive to live this terrible existence. But one day, I'll see him again and won't hesitate to kill him. That's why I have to get stronger. To avenge my family. Damn. That's why he's like that, but something seems wrong about this. Thought Naruto as he said, Sasuke, can I ask you a few things? After seeing Sasuke nod, Naruto continued, what was your brother like? Noticing Sasuke's look, Naruto put up placating hands. You don't have to answer that if it's too personal. Sasuke looked at Naruto apprehensively as he said, no, it's fine. I loved my brother, Itachi. He was my idol. I always tried to surpass him when I was younger. I still try. He was a prodigy, a once-in-a-generation type of guy. He was kind, gentle, and was always there for me. You remind me a lot of him. Me? Yeah, you're good just like he was at that age, and you're kind to everyone just like he was. You also never seem like you're caught off guard by anything. Your thinking seems to be on a whole different level. He was just like that before he killed my clan, said Sasuke as his Sharingan disappeared and a few tears appeared. Naruto nodded his head as he seemed to contemplate something. Hey Sasuke, what did Itachi tell you before he left? Did he tell you why? Sasuke had never opened up to anyone about the massacre this much before, but after the 2 years of training with Naruto and getting to be good friends, he felt he could tell him. He told me he killed our clan to test the limits of his ability, to measure his capacity. He even showed me the entire massacre through his eyes with a powerful genjutsu. He made me watch it over and over again, said Sasuke as his Sharingan came back to life and began to spin. He clenched his fists as he felt a hand touch his shoulder. Naruto said, well, Sasuke, don't worry, I'll help you. What? This revenge is mine and mine alone, said Sasuke as he got slightly angry. I know that. It's just he may have a partner that could interfere and I'll be there to stop that person, said Naruto as he held a fist out to Sasuke. Sasuke bumped fist with a nod. Though you have to promise me something. What's that? Asked Sasuke. Make sure you know Itachi killed your clan for those purposes, said Naruto as Sasuke looked shocked. Seeing Sasuke's face, Naruto explained, well, if we're talking about the same Itachi Uchiha, the Umbu captain by the age of 13, then I find it hard to believe he killed your clan for that reason. It doesn't make sense, especially if you're saying I remind you of him. He seems like the kind of person who wouldn't do something without a good reason. And if he was as good as the records say, then there weren't many shinobi better than him anyway. So why would a guy like him kill his clan just to test his ability? He already didn't have much more powerful than him since the age of 13, and he was only going to grow. It just doesn't make sense. Sasuke looked at Naruto in disbelief as he spoke calmly about his elder brother. Sasuke wanted to shout at Naruto about how wrong he was, but Naruto was making valid points. Tio further implement it, Naruto said. And if he really did do it for that reason, you can still kill him. But I'm just asking you to think about it logically. When Naruto saw Sasuke nod his head, Naruto smirked. You ain't beating him as you are. If he was an Umbu captain at 13, he's probably incredible now, and if you can't defeat me, then you are definitely not beating him, Sasuke-chan, said Naruto mockingly. Sasuke returned the smirk as he got up and lunged at Naruto with a fist outstretched. Flashback end. Sasuke looked at Naruto and realized that they were in deep trouble. He had heard that Itachi showed up in search of Naruto and left after leaving Kakashi bedridden. Sasuke immediately took off to find Naruto since that was who Itachi was after. Sasuke and Naruto knew that with even both of them together, they would not be able to defeat either one of them, even 2-on-1. However, Sasuke's timely arrival did buy them some time, and Naruto knew Jiraiya would be here any moment. Sasuke looked back at Itachi as he said, I can't tell if you're lying or not, but it doesn't really matter. You're here and so am I, and I'm gonna get my revenge. Naruto, stay out of this. This is my fight and I have to know where I stand against him. Sasuke's hands sparked to life as he shouted, Chidori. Sasuke took off toward Itachi as he lunged at him, ready to pierce him. However, Itachi caught Sasuke's wrist with seemingly no effort and snapped it just as easy. Itachi then booted Sasuke down the hallway with a kick as Sasuke struck the wall at the end of the hallway. He stopped that attack like it was nothing. Then he lashed out with a kick that sent Sasuke sailing at least 50 feet. Maybe more since the wall stopped him. Thought Naruto. Well damn. That was... started Kurama in Naruto's head before trailing off. I'm not sure what would have been worst. Shaved down by a sword or that. That guy takes way less time with his opponents than the blue guy. Naruto tried to Shunshin to attack Itachi from behind, but Kisame was having none of that. With a swift swipe of Samahata, Naruto felt his chakra leave him again. How about we let them go one-on-one like your friend asked? Don't worry, we'll get to you, said Kisame. Sasuke stood back up off the wall and ran back at Itachi with a fist cocked back. It did no better as he took a knee to the gut that knocked the air out of him. Itachi kicked Sasuke back down the hallway as Itachi then slowly walked toward the hurt Sasuke. Damn it. Even after all that training, he's still that much better. It's just like with Naruto. I can't close the gap on either of them, thought Sasuke as he looked up to see Itachi in front of him. Sasuke threw another feeble punch, but it was evaded by Itachi as he punched him in the gut. Sasuke felt the air leave him again as he got hunched over from the punch. Sasuke then received a knee directly to the face that brought him back upright. Itachi grasped Sasuke's throat as he said, You know why you're so weak? Because you don't have enough hate. You have no hope of avenging your clan if this is your capacity. Maybe you need some more motivation, said Itachi as his eyes morphed into a triple-bladed shuriken. Tsukuyomi, Moon Reader, whispered Itachi as he stared at Sasuke. A second later, Sasuke screamed and fainted with Itachi's hand still around his neck. What the hell happened? What technique was that? Thought Naruto as he heard a voice behind him. Kuchios. Gamaguchi Shibari, summoning. Toad mouth bind, said Jiraiya as the hallway slowly morphed into pink flesh. Sorry I was late, but this is my terrain now. Naruto, don't move. The wall of flesh consumed Sasuke as Itachi had to let go. That's how they are getting information on us, thought Itachi as he then said, Kisame, we need to go. If we faced him, we would do no better than a stalemate. Kisame looked reluctant to agree but followed nonetheless. Jiraiya smirked knowing it was impossible to leave, but was shocked when he heard an explosion. Jiraiya immediately took off to investigate and saw a huge hole with black flames burning around the edges. Jiraiya looked at the fire for a second until he pulled out a blank scroll and wrote a seal on it. Fuka Hoin, fire sealing method, said Jiraiya as chakra seeped out of the scroll and surrounded the black flames. The chakra then took the flames and placed them into the scroll, in the center of the scroll. He used fire to escape the esophagus of a fire-breathing toad. I wonder what kind of flames those were. Jiraiya ended his technique as Sasuke came out of the wall. Naruto performed a shunshin to catch Sasuke as Jiraiya walked over. You totally jinxed me. As soon as you tell me about Akatsuki, they appear. It's all your fault, said Naruto as Jiraiya laughed slightly. Maybe you're right, kid. Sorry about that. 2 days later. Halt. State your name and business, said a ninja sitting at the gate. My name is Menma, and I'm a writer trying to find the best cuisine in the world, said the man they were speaking to as he handed them his papers. He had on a long-sleeved white shirt and black pants. He wore a matching black haori and had on rectangle-rimmed glasses. He had black spiky hair with 2 bangs framing either side of his face and black eyes. The gate guard checked over his papers as the other gate guards searched him for any weapons. After a clean sweep of no weapons or anything volatile, the gate guard handed him back his papers and said, Welcome to Kumo. Enjoy your stay. Thank you, and I'm sure I will, said Menma as he walked into the village. Menma walked around the village for a little while until he spotted a sushi restaurant. Arriving at the restaurant, Menma was greeted by a waitress as he sat down. Hello? Welcome to Kumo's Sushi Bar. I'm Amy and I'll be your server. Can I start you off with a drink? Asked Amy as she pulled out a notepad. Menma smiled a warm smile as he said, Sure, Amy, what would you recommend? Amy blushed slightly at the handsome face of her customer. Gotcha, thought Menma as he and Amy debated over what he should eat. About an hour later, Amy was laughing with Menma as Menma boasted an incredible claim to the pretty waitress. You can eat a whole chicken leg in one bite? Asked Amy, giggling slightly. Menma smiled. Of course, I'm quite talented, said Menma as he then asked, Hey Amy, I have a question for you. Do you know Yujito ni? Amy looked at Menma with a questioning gaze. Why do you ask? Menma put up placating hands. No, I'm a writer, remember? I'm writing an article on Kumo's most prominent female ninjas, and she's on the list my boss gave me to interview. Oh yeah, sorry about that, I forgot. It's just Yujito is important to us here. She's our #1 customer, and we protect our own here, said Amy. She's usually training in the mountains if she's not here or on a mission, so I'd check there, said Amy as she saw Menma placing down a few ryo for the meal and her tip. Thanks so much, Amy-chan. Maybe I'll come back when I'm done. I really enjoyed our time together, said Menma smiling at Amy as he left. Come back any time, shouted Amy as she saw him leave and remembered something. I never got his name. Menma walked around a little after leaving the sushi bar to find a hotel. Eventually, he found a hotel to check into and proceeded into his room's bathroom to take a shower. Upon stepping out of the shower, he looked in the mirror and saw his golden blonde hair appear again, along with his whisker marks. Naruto had disguised himself as a writer named Menma to infiltrate Kumo and find Yujito. He dyed his hair jet black and wore makeup to hide his whisker marks. Naruto toweled off as he put on his umbu uniform. Now's its time to find a cat. But I need to be careful because I'm in foreign territory and this could spark a war, thought Naruto as he placed on his mask and disappeared into the ground. 1 hour later, standing on the peak of one of Kumo's surrounding mountains was a Konoha umbu with an orange scarf flowing behind him. He was scanning his surroundings looking for something, or rather, someone. Matatabi is over there, said Kurama in Naruto's head as Naruto looked to see a blue ring of fire in the distance. Matatabi as in the Nibi? So Yujito's over there then. Well, let's get to it, thought Naruto as he performed a series of shunshins to get to where Kurama said Yujito would be. Upon arriving about a few hundred feet away, Naruto scanned around for her. Situated in the center of the ring of fire, Naruto saw the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She had blonde hair, slightly paler than his own, tied back into a ponytail by bandages. She had on a tight, blue jacket that matched the flames around her and black fitted pants that both clung to her body, accenting her amazing curves perfectly. That photo in the bingo book did her no justice. Is that a C-cup? Damn, Jiraiya-sensei, thought Naruto. Jiraiya had put lessons with the ladies into his training, and measuring cup sizes from a distance was in there. As Naruto was looking Yujito over from a distance, he heard Kurama chuckle. Well, it did only show her face, Ninjen. But it's time for a confrontation, Not time to measure her assets. Remember, be careful, said Kurama as Naruto nodded. Before he could leap down and make his presence known, he heard Yujito speak. I know you're there. I could sense your presence when you landed, so just come out, said Yujito as Naruto stiffened slightly. Of course she did. Now it looks bad, as if I was trying to kill her or something else devious, thought Naruto as he landed in front of Yujito on the platform. Yujito looked at Naruto with narrowed eyes. What is a Konoha Umbu doing in Kumo? To spy on me? Asked Yujito with a slight edge to her voice. She took a ready stance when she saw him move to pull something out of his kunai pouch. I mean, no harm. I didn't come to spy on you. I'm just here on a simple mission, said Naruto as he tossed a scroll to Yujito. My mission is to retrieve a paw print from the Two Tails, and you happen to be the Jinchuriki of her. That is all I'm here for, and I'll promptly disappear afterward, leaving Kumo. Yujito read over the scroll as she listened to the Umbu speak. Just a paw print? That seems simple. He needs it for his client, Nakoba-chan. She's the grandma cat who came here before and spoke to us. She was so kind. She needs your paw print so she can complete a paw print encyclopedia. What do you think? Thought Yujito as she spoke to her own bijou. Sounds reasonable, but why not rough him up a little, kitten? He did enter your home and got here with ease, so why not show him that Kumo isn't that weak? Plus, I sense something in him that feels familiar, but it's hard to find out because he is suppressing it well. Spar with him first, said the Nibi inside Yujito's conscious. Yujito nodded and looked back at the Umbu. You have a deal, but you have to spar with me first, said Yujito as she tossed him back his scroll. A spar? Asked Naruto, internally excited to face off against a powerful ninja that wasn't wearing an Akatsuki cloak and trying to kill him. Sounds good. What are the rules? Asked Naruto as he had to immediately dodge a punch by Yujito. None, just no killing or maiming, said Yujito, attacking Naruto with a flurry of punches and kicks. Naruto dodged or parried every attack with practiced ease. Yujito threw a right jab at Naruto as he caught her punch in his palm. Someone's eager, but I'd suggest coming at me with more than that. You won't touch me at that level, said Naruto as Yujito smiled slightly. You asked for it, said Yujito. She kicked it up a notch as she and Naruto engaged in a fierce taijutsu battle. The two traded blows with one another, with neither person gaining the upper hand over the other. Yujito had impressive speed and flexibility and a very offensive taijutsu, while Naruto had more of a swift and precise defensive taijutsu. Eventually, Naruto grabbed Yujito's leg when she tried to kick him and threw her away. Seeing Yujito land on her feet with grace, Naruto laughed slightly. Seems cats do always land on their feet, said Naruto as he thought. She's pretty good. She actually can hit me as much as I hit her. Yujito was thinking the same. He's tough to hit. I can't land a good enough blow on him. Maybe it's time I spiced this up. Yujito ran back at Naruto as she attempted a hand swipe at his face. Naruto leaned his head back to evade the strike, but was surprised when he saw Yujito smirking. Shit, thought Naruto as he felt his mask falling off in segmented pieces. Yujito had extended her nails when she swiped at Naruto. It didn't cut into his skin, but it did cut through his mask. Gotcha. Now let's see that face, thought Yujito before her breath caught in her throat at the Umbu's face. That mask was new too. Luckily, I have another, but there's no point in putting one on if you're just going to take it off, said Naruto as he looked at Yujito with a smile. Nice claws. Should have known you could do that, and they must be pretty sharp to cut off my mask. Impressive. Shall we continue? Asked Naruto as he got back into a ready stance. That snapped Yujito out of her shocked state as she smiled. Oh, we're just getting started, handsome, said Yujito as she raced through hand seals extremely fast, ending in the tiger seal. Katan, Enden, fire style, flame bullet, shouted Yujito as she blew out a huge ball of blue fire at Naruto. Naruto clapped his hands together as he blew out an equally as big water ball. Sway Tun, Sway Dan, water style, water bullet, said Naruto as his water went against Yujito's fire. Steam clouded the field as the two techniques smashed into each other, canceling each other out. Upon the steam clearing, Yujito noticed Naruto was nowhere to be found. She scanned her surroundings for him but couldn't find him at all. Not even a trace of where he was. "Kitten! Below you!" shouted the Nibi in Yujito's head. Yujito jumped out of the way as Naruto popped out of the ground right below her. Naruto was faster than her though and snagged her ankle in midair. Naruto pulled Yujito back down to the ground in front of him as he lashed out with a punch. Yujito dodged the fast strike by moving her head to the side, but was unprepared for Naruto's leg sweep and subsequent kick to the midsection that sent her flying back. Yujito rolled through the landing and stood up to notice Naruto already standing in front of her. "He's taken it up a notch," thought Yujito as she decided to do the same. As Naruto was about to hit Yujito again, she exploded with chakra that sent Naruto sailing backward. Naruto landed on his feet after being blown back to see Yujito cloaked in a chakra shroud similar to his own, with one tail swaying behind her. "Shall we?" asked Yujito as she came at Naruto even faster. Yujito threw a punch that Naruto caught in his palm. Yujito smirked when she realized Naruto caught her chakra-enhanced punch. "You can't just catch my punches. This chakra will burn you," thought Yujito until she saw Naruto unharmed by her Bijuu's chakra. "How are you unharmed by my chakra? You should be getting burned by it?" asked Yujito. She blushed slightly seeing Naruto smile at her again. "Maybe I'm just lucky," said Naruto as he had channeled a bit of Kurama's chakra to his palm to keep the chakra from hurting him. "Sorry about this," finished Naruto as he kneed Yujito in the stomach and sent her sailing with a kick to her midsection again. In the same spot as earlier, Yujito laid on the ground feeling the effects of Naruto's powerful blows. She would have been able to dodge them if she wasn't so shocked to see him catch her punch earlier. "He's been holding back on me. He's so fast and strong and he was only toying with me earlier. How can he not be affected my chakra?" thought Yujito as she began to get up and saw Naruto already in a ready stance. "I figured it out. He's a Jinchuriki as well." He put his Bijuu's chakra into his palm and attacks to stop himself from being harmed. That's why he got faster and stronger. "Oh, and it's the Nine Tails, strongest of us Bijuu. Be careful, kitten. You wouldn't win if he uses his Bijuu too unless he can't fully transform," said the Nibi as Yujito looked shocked. "You're the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi?" asked Yujito, slightly shocked to see another Jinchuriki besides herself and Killer Bee. Her Bijuu cloak disappeared as she stood up fully. Naruto put a hand behind his head as he chuckled slightly. "Seems I've been caught." "Yes, I am. Now that you know that, is this fight over?" "I really don't like harming beautiful women," said Naruto. Yujito smiled at his words but got ready to fight some more. "No, it's just getting started. I want to find out what else you can do," said Yujito as she ran back at Naruto. Naruto got prepared to defend against the female Jinchuriki as she ran back at him. Naruto calculated her arrival and threw out a quick jab. Yujito came to a stop as she ducked it and noticed Naruto's legs were a little too far apart. Yujito grinned at the opening and entwined her leg together with his. Naruto knew what Yujito was planning as she attempted to force him to the ground. However, Naruto was too strong for Yujito and pushed back. Naruto overpowered Yujito as she was sent to the ground. On her way down though, Yujito used Naruto's momentum to make him fall over as well. Due to Yujito's move, Naruto tripped and fell forward. Naruto stopped himself from hitting the ground with his hands but noticed that he had come face to face with Yujito, who fell on her back underneath Naruto. Their faces were inches apart as they stared at one another. Both stared into the other's eyes, Naruto into Yujito's dark blue and Yujito into Naruto's violet. They both thought the other had beautiful eyes. Yujito could even feel the warmth radiating off of Naruto from above her and Naruto could smell Yujito's perfume that was scented of flowers. After a few seconds, Naruto hopped off of Yujito as she stood up as well. Naruto and Yujito stood a ways away as Naruto had gotten some distance between them. Both were blushing as Naruto said, "Hehe, that was… yeah." Yujito looked away from Naruto as she said, "Yeah, it was. But this spar still isn't over," said Yujito as she said, "Nezumi Ketama, mouse hairball." Yujito looked back at Naruto as she let loose a blue fireball with what appeared to be a mouse inside. Halfway to Naruto, the fireball split into dozens of smaller flaming hairballs as they all continued toward Naruto. Naruto jumped to the left to evade but was shocked when the fireballs followed after him like homing missiles. As Naruto was evading, he noticed Yujito's hair flare wildly as a blue flame surrounded her. "Seems she can change into her bijou at will," said Kurama as Naruto fired several water balls to extinguish the hairballs. "You're kidding me, right?" "Well, I needed her to do that anyway because I couldn't get the paw print without it. I need a way to loosen my seal. I want to be able to turn into you. Who wouldn't want to be a mythical beast of nearly infinite power?" replied Naruto as Kurama laughed slightly. He saw the fully transformed Yujito open her mouth and fire a huge fireball at him. "Water ball won't stop that, so." "Doton, Dorihiki, Earth style, mud wall," said Naruto as a huge wall rose from the ground in front of him. The fireball blasted its way through Naruto's mud wall as Naruto had to use a shunshin to get out of the way. "Naruto, you need to end this quickly. I'm sure people in Kumo feel her. They'll be here to investigate. You need to end this fast," said Kurama as Naruto nodded his head in agreement. Naruto then slammed his hands into a snake seal as his chakra flared. Yujito watched Naruto evade her fireball and looked to the left to see him cracking the ground slightly with his chakra. "He should just quit if he can't access his bijou like me. I'll kill him if he's not careful. But that is impressive chakra to be able to crack the ground like that," thought Yujito until she felt her bijou panic. "What's wrong? Kitten, his chakra reminds me of only one man. You need to dash," started the Nibi, but it was too late as huge wooden pillars wrapped around Yujito and a circle of 10 wooden pillars rose around her with spikes pointed toward her. "What's going on? Is this wood?" thought Yujito confused as she couldn't feel her bijou anymore. "What are you doing?" asked Yujito as she noticed Naruto appear on her nose in a shunshin and touch her between her eyes with his palm. Yujito felt her chakra begin to recede as Naruto spoke. "You were gonna find out eventually when your Kage told you about me in the newest bingo book. I'm a user of the bloodline Mokutan. Mokutan is a Kekai Genkai that allows me to convert my chakra into a source of life, creating trees and other things like it. It also has the ability to suppress the influence of bijou. Kakuan Nit Ten Shirshu, 10th Edict of Enlightenment, is what it's called, and that's what you're feeling now," said Naruto as he was suppressing Yujito's chakra. Naruto created a clone at the same time as it fell to the ground near the Nibi's huge foot. "How in the..." thought Yujito, feeling unconsciousness setting in.
No.
"I can't get suppressed. I won't lose," thought Yujito as she struggled against Naruto's jutsu. As Yujito was resisting Naruto's suppression, the Nibi was able to make contact again. "That's it, kitten. Keep fighting," said the Nibi as she joined Yujito in resisting Naruto's technique. "This is so much harder than taming Gaara," thought Naruto, sweating slightly from the exertion. Naruto felt himself beginning to lose as the Nibi was too strong for him at his current level. He'd need more work on his Mokutan. "I got your back, Kit," said Kurama as he funneled his chakra into Naruto. Naruto gained a one-tailed cloak as he immediately began to dominate Yujito in the battle. "Kitten, it's too much. He's too powerful. I can't," said the Nibi as she fell into a deep sleep. The fire cat that was Yujito began to transform back into a one-tailed Yujito that turned into an unconscious Yujito laying on the ground. Naruto panted a little as he looked at the downed form of Yujito. It had taken nearly 5 minutes to suppress her, and it would have only happened with Kurama's help. "That was tough as hell. Thanks for the help, Kurama. I owe you 1 inch," thought Naruto as Kurama grinned and fell asleep. Naruto felt several powerful chakra signatures approaching his location and knew it was assistance for Yujito. "Damn it!" A tall, dark-skinned man, garbed in Kage robes and hat, landed with several other shinobis flanking him on the slightly destroyed platform to see Yujito laying on the ground. Upon looking around, he noticed there was nobody else around. The Kage then barked out orders. "Get her to the hospital and let me know when she's awake. I need to find out what happened here." 1 day later, Yujito awoke the next morning before sunrise in a Kumo hospital bed after her spar with Naruto. About an hour after waking, the Reikage arrived and debriefed her on the events of yesterday. Yujito didn't tell him that she had a fight with a Konoha Umbu but said she just went overboard using the Nibi. Yujito received a light, Verbal scolding from her Kage and orders to come to get an important diplomatic mission tomorrow. So Yujito laid in her hospital room alone as she thought of yesterday. Damn, he was so strong. And smart in the way he fought. He also was hot and charming. Hot and charming. And so, Nibby! Shouted Yujito in her mind, realizing she had been tricked by her bijou. I didn't even get his name, said Yujito to the Nibby. She was cut from her thoughts as she heard a ribbit. Looking to her window, she saw a small orange toad sitting on her windowsill. How did that toad get up here? I'm on the 5th floor. Yo! Are you Yujito? Came the voice of the toad as Yujito gasped sharply. Yes, I can talk. Are you Yujito? Asked the toad once more. Yujito nodded her head dumbly at seeing a toad talk. How can you talk? Why are you here? Did someone send you? Asked Yujito as the toad held up a hand to silence her questions. Great, I got it right on the first try. Here, this will explain everything, said the toad as it tossed a scroll toward Yujito. Bro was right, you are smoking hot. Finished the toad as he disappeared in a poof of smoke. That was weird, said the Nibby in Yujito's head as she nodded. Yujito then opened up the scroll and read its contents. Hey Yujito-chan. It's the Umbu from yesterday. I had fun sparring against you. You were so strong and a real challenge. We should do it again sometime. Thanks for the paw print. I snagged it with a clone while I was suppressing you. Sorry, I couldn't say goodbye in person, but Konoha ninja in Kumo standing over a downed Kumo ninja doesn't look too good. Either way, I had a great time yesterday and I hope to see you in the future. I'm sure I will. Naruto Senju. Future Hokage Winky Face Yujito looked at the note and smiled happily at its contents. Ah, Winky Face. I hope we meet again too, Naruto-kun, and it'll be sooner than you think. Thought Yujito. That toad said his bro, Naruto Senju, I bet, called you smoking hot, said the Nibby as Yujito blushed. She smiled slightly as she looked out of the window at the rising sun. Naruto was a few miles outside of Kumo when he stopped running to look back at the sunrise. Naruto smirked slightly as he thought, ah yeah, the ladies love winky faces. 1 week later, Naruto reunited with Jiraiya 6 days ago as Jiraiya finally found a lead on the person he was searching for. They arrived in a town called Tenzakagai as that was the last place the person of interest was seen. After searching for a few hours and night about to fall, Jiraiya decided to find a place to eat. So Naruto pointed to a random bar, and upon walking through the flaps, Jiraiya smiled as he recognized a familiar face. Oh, this was the perfect place, brat. Good choice, said Jiraiya as he patted Naruto on the back. Naruto looked confused as he thought he just picked a random bar. Naruto was wearing a black long-sleeved shirt with a zipper fully zipped. He completed his outfit with beige pants that connected to his black shinobi sandals. He had his forehead protector around his forehead as he had stopped wearing his Umbu uniform when he met back up with Jiraiya. Why is this place so perfect, Jiraiya-sensei? Asked Naruto. We found who we were looking for, said Jiraiya as Naruto walked her over to a table with a blonde woman sitting in a booth with a dark-haired woman and a pig. Tsunade. Nice to see you again, said Jiraiya as the blonde woman turned to face them directly. Jiraiya, what do you want? And who's the kid with the shocked face? Said Tsunade as she looked at Naruto. You're Tsunade Senju, said Naruto in a weak voice as he looked at a member of his clan.